Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, welcome. Today, our Friday the 13th special Shabbat service. Although I've heard in the past that Friday the 13th is very lucky for Jews. So I hope that you all have had a wonderful day. And I welcome an even more wonderful evening full of ruach and peace and calm as we enter in our Shabbat. So let us begin our service. We are going to start with page 12, Yedid Nefesh. And here we go. Officially our Kabbalat with the Psalm, our first Psalm, Psalm 95 on page 22, Lechuna Ranina. Three lines at the bottom of the page. Arba'im shana aku bedor v'omar amtuei levavem v'hem lo yad'u derechai asher nishbati v'yapi to page 24, Shiru Ladonai, sing unto Adonai a new song, sing unto Adonai all the earth. So sing along with me. So, la 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 We'll move now straight into our most special psalm of the Shabbat Kabbalah, which is our Lecha Dodi. We will welcome our Shabbat bride, our Shabbat queen, page 38. And if you haven't already done so and you're able to do so, just turn around or wave across the room and say hello. Welcome your neighbor, welcome your friends. The best we can do. Oh, I wish everyone could see us. That's it. Waving hello to our friends out in the live stream. Hello to our friends out in Zoom. Let's welcome Shabbat the way we all know how, with our Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. 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 First stanza, Shamor. Shamor v'zachor b'tzibur echad, Ishmeyanu el yochad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'livchi la la la, Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. Second stanza, Likrat Shabbat. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekora v'rocha, v'rosh v'kerem nesucha, so ma'aseh b'macha Shabbat la la la. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. Top page 40, Hitorari. Hitorari, Ki ba'orech kumiori, uri shedaberi, kevod Adonai Elohim nigla la la. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. Yaminu small, a second from the bottom. Yaminu small, tifrati, yet Adonai doriti, ayorish ben parti, v'nismecha v'nahagi la la la. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. Wherever you are, virtually or in person, we face and turn the main doors as we welcome Shabbat Queen. Bo'im shalom ateref ala, gam mesimcha u'tzola, toch emunei yam segola. Bo'ich ala, la la la. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, Panei Panei Shabbat Kabbalah. 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 Wonderful. So now that we have officially welcomed the Shabbat Queen, we'll be joining together on page 43 in the English for the Sabbath song. Join with me responsibly. It is good to thank you, O God, to sing praises to your exalted name. To the sound of the 10-string lyre, with voice and the music of the harp. How great are your deeds, O God, how profound are your designs. Though the wicked may thrive like grass, and doers of evil seem to flourish, those who oppose you will perish. The workers of iniquity will be routed. I see the defeat of my foes. I hear the doom of my enemies. Planted in the house of Adonai, they will flourish in the courts of our God. Proclaiming that Adonai is just, my rock, in whom there is no unrighteousness. So we'll conclude the Sabbath Psalm with the last 4 lines in the Hebrew on page 42, Tzadik Katamar. So we transition now from Kabbalat, the receiving of Shabbat, well, a little bit early because Shabbat always starts very late in the summer. We now transition to our Ma'ariv service, which we can all find on page 50. And if you can, please rise with us as we join in the Baruch Hu, page 50. Let's join in the Hebrew together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhmah poteach she'arim, uvidhuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim b'mishmoroteihem, harakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom u'mevil layla, umavdil ben yom u'ben layla, Adonai tzevaot shemo, ve'el chai ve'kayam, tamid imloch aleinu le'olam ha'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim. As the ark is closed, you are able to be seated. I'd like to invite Evan Rosinski, our B'nai Mitzvah student, to the Bima, as he will be leading us in the Shema. I'll be right back. 1 minute. So we can find ourselves now on page 52 for the Ahavat Olam that will lead us into the Shema with Evan. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'chayu Hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibartam bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'leftecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'v'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'v'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'yish'arecha. Yasher Koach Evan. We continue on our service, V'haya and Shemo and Vayomer. V'haya. למען תזכרו ועשיתם כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Let's continue now on page 61 in the English. We'll read responsibly Emet ve'emunah, God our Redeemer, which will lead us into Mi Chamocha on the previous page. True and certain it is that there is one God, incomparable, and that we, the household of Israel, are God's people. Great are the things which God has done, with wonders which are without number. May God continue to protect our people and guard all humankind from disaster. They accepted God's sovereignty willingly and sang in joyous thanksgiving. So we now turn to page 60 on the opposite side, the last 6 lines, Mi Chamocha. Well, we'll start with Umalchuto Ratzon. Umalchuto Ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe ubnei Yisrael lechanu shira besimcha rabam yamlu olam Mi Chamocha So we turn now to one of my most favorite blessings and prayers in the Ma'ariv service, Hashkivenu. Help us, God, to lie down in peace and awaken us to life on the morrow. May we always be guided by your good counsel and thus find shelter in your tabernacle, your sukkah of peace. Shield us, we pray, against our foes, against disease, destruction, and sorrow. Strengthen us against the forces of evil which abound on every side. May we always sense your loving care, for you are our merciful God and sovereign. Guard us always and everywhere, and bless us with this life and with peace. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. We turn now to Vishamru, an excerpt from the Torah talking about holding Shabbat in our hearts, keeping Shabbat and making it something special for us. We turn to 64, Vishamru. Vishamru. So normally, or we have in the past, been going on Zoom, and we get to see everybody's little box and everyone does. And of course, without fail, the Edelmans always do a phenomenal job at being our spectacular hand dancers at Vishamru. But I have to say, you'll have to check YouTube later, but our wonderful everything tech guy, Mark Colber, who's in our back helping us with live stream, has been able to highlight the Edelmans as they do their hand motions. So I'm glad that we can keep tradition alive tonight with that. Thank you, Mark. So let's continue our service on page 66, Hatzi Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבם, ועמד יברך ידותי וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב נאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבם מברך לעולם ולעלמי ימיים. יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שם קודשא בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בימה ויאמרו Amen. So right before we begin our silent private Amidah, I want to call to attention the very top on page 69. We have 6 words in parentheses. These words are Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, may my mouth be open so that I may sing and may speak your praises. And that's what the Amidah is all about. It's all about what's in your heart, what you're grateful for, right? Shabbat is a day of rest, so we acknowledge the goodness in our lives. So however that looks for you, whether that's the English, the Hebrew, or your own meditations of your heart, we take this quiet time to do the Amidah. But first, let's start with a little nigun to get our hearts in the right place. La 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 Adonai. La 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 Sefatai Tiftach. La 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 Ufi Yagid. Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. La 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 Adonai. La 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 Sefatai Tiftach. La 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 Ufi Yagid. Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. May we have peace in our hearts and peace in our homes, peace in our community and peace in our land, peace in Israel and peace throughout the world. We conclude our Amidah with the last two lines on page 76, Oseh Shalom. So before we go into the Kiddush, I'd like to call up Sophia and Spencer Edelman, as they will be our co-leaders in the Kiddush, to have a seat up here on the Bima. Let us all turn together on page 80, and if you're able, please rise for Vayechudu. Vayecholu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzeva'am vayechal Elohim et yom hashvi v'lachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi mikom melachto asher asa vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvi vaykadesh oto kivo shava mikom melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. So we remain standing. We will turn now to page 90 for Kiddush, and Spencer and Sophia will lead us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzav banu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon Hinhilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'chorta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim V'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahavat uvratzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Good. We need someone to drink the grape juice. Thank you, Spencer. So be at that. So you may have a temporary seat. Just want to say how I just honored, first of all, for me to be able to be these kids as teachers, but it just fills my heart because I really love watching our students do their very best. And they do their very best. They come up here not knowing how you're going to feel or how it's going to look when everyone's staring at you, but they always do a phenomenal job. So really, the three of you are great, and thank you for being here, really. So I really just wanted to bring the phrase that is in this week's Parsha Shoftim, Tzedek, Tzedek, Tirdof. Justice, justice you shall pursue. In the portion, Moses is being instructed to find judges, to find people who will do the right thing, who will help the community follow the laws of Torah and to live a life of justice. And, it is a big undertaking, to say the least, to be able to find the ones who will be subjective in their opinions and how to treat individual cases accordingly. And so, it's just something to think about because, the world has been kind of topsy-turvy for so long, and there's lots of different scenarios in which doing the right thing can be really challenging, and doing the wrong thing can be challenging. We want everyone to be their best and to do their best. And Judaism strives to teach us those ideals and those virtues. So I just wanted to point out that this week's portion has this really special, unique moment where these words ring really true. And I urge you and I invite you to find moments where you can advocate for justice. And not just for others, but in yourself. Finding ways to stand up for yourself. Advocating for something that you might need. Using your voice for good for yourself. And I know that can be very hard. I say that personally because it is hard to figure out what you want and what you need and to be able to speak truth to that. So I invite all of you to find something this week that you can really pursue that makes you feel good, makes you feel like you've done something more for the greater good, but then also for your inner selves. So tomorrow we read a couple of verses in the Torah as well as a Haftarah. So I hope that you will join us, whether that's, if you haven't signed up, please join us on live stream for that. So as you might know, we are in the month of Elul. And in the month of Elul, there are a few things that people do. We sound the shofar, which we can't do because it is Shabbat. But one thing that we can do is read the penitential psalm. So if you could please turn to page 171. And I just want to call your attention to it a little bit. One of the most beautiful lines I find in this psalm is, let's see here, the third stanza in the English at the top of the page on page 171. One thing I ask of Adonai, for this I do yearn, that I may dwell in the house of Adonai all my life, to feel the goodness of Adonai in God's sanctuary. And I see this verse, this beautiful, beautiful verse, challenging, I think, in some respects, but beautiful verse nonetheless, about dwelling in God's house. For a lot of us over the last 16, 18 months, however long it's been since we've been in the pandemic, finding a holy place in our homes can be challenging because maybe some of us are working until the start of services. Maybe not everyone is home. Maybe someone's not well. It's hard to find that holy space. But I imagine, especially for our friends over on Zoom, that you have created your holy space to be together, to be all of us as one on Shabbat. And I think this is an important message, a reminder to seek out a place that you can find holiness, something that's out of the ordinary. right? When we do Havdalah, we talk about Hamavdil ben Kodesh l'chol, the separation between Chol, the ordinary, the regular, the week, and Kodesh, Shabbos. And as we prepare for the High Holy Days, especially during these uncertain times, we don't know what will happen and how things will look in the next 5 weeks, but to take a little bit of yourself each day to find a little bit of holiness. I am giving you guys a lot of things to do, so I hope you're mentally writing this down. There are a lot of folks who give little pearls of wisdom for each day of the month of Elul. And I recommend, there's this beautiful collection that I believe Craig Talman began. He is the person who started the Friday Night Live out in California that blossomed into this amazing thing of instrumentation and ruach on Friday night. And he enlists rabbis, educators, canners, Jewish professionals, and your regular lay people who are equally important to give a little bit of wisdom or a story or insight into their own either preparation or their thoughts about the High Holy Days. So if you need a little something extra to kind of get you there, Jewels of Elul, I would Google that. It's really wonderful, and it's an email list that you would get every single day. It's wonderful. So let's read together responsively on 171. Adonai is my light and my help, whom shall I fear? Adonai is the strength of my life, whom shall I dread? One thing I ask of Adonai, for this I do yearn, that I may dwell in the house of Adonai all my life, to feel the goodness of the Lord in God's sanctuary. In God's tabernacle I will bring offerings of jubilation with chanting and joyous singing. Adonai, I truly seek you. Do not hide yourself from me. Turn not in anger from your servant. Teach me your way, Adonai. Lead me on a straight path. Deliver me not to the will of my enemies. Kavel Adonai, chazak v'yametz libecha, v'kavel Adonai. So we'll turn back now actually to page 118, as if you're able, please rise for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'ol, l'atei gedula le'oser b'neshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo samu chelkeinu kahem, ve'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, ba'anachnu korim, u'mishachachim u'modim, lifnei melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim v'yosei haaretz, u'moshe nikaro b'shamayim ima'al, u'shchinatu zo v'gavhe meromim, u'Eloheinu einon, emen malkeinu efes ulato, kam katuv b'torato, v'yadata hayom, v'hashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, b'shamayim imal, ve'al haaretz, mitachat ein od. If it is your custom, you may be seated. We continue on page 120. Okay, nekavelech Adonai. כי המלכות שלה היא ולמד תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד. Tonight we call to mind our loved ones and the memories that we hold dear. We recall on the 5th of Elul, Abram Brand, Nathan Fine, Samuel Grossman, Hilda Hans, Bertram Katz, Edward Weiss. And during the course of the week, on this Shabbat of August 13th and 14th, we honor the memories of Evan Cutler, Reuben Dipperstein, Bonnie Glombeck, Carol Treiman, Yetta Herman, Michael Leibowitz, Barbara Peters, Betty Simons, Abe Snyder, Avery Zuckerman, Rose Drobin, Elaine Hurwitz, Stephen Waldman, Miriam Lunenfeld, Harriet Gertrude Paris, Rhea Rosenfeld, Nathan Sachs, Stephen Waldman, Michael Berkowitz, Sylvia Gelb, Ruth Katz, Sylvia Markovitz, Dorothy Masovich, Corey Jordan Sweeb, Alvin Feiner, Gladys Golden, Eleanor Gusoff, Julius Katz, Janice Levin, Anna Lieberman, Dora Reutman, Dora Stein, Evelyn Wood, Abram Brand, Nathan Fine, Samuel Grossman, Hilda Hans, Bertram Katz, Edward Weiss, Benjamin Agree, Leonard Gottlieb, Elaine Leoff, Mildred Lewis. And during our year of mourning, during the period of Shloshim, we honor the memory of Rona Silverman, Edward Rosen, David Aronson, Harold Kurtz, and Lou Chaifetz. And in our year of mourning, we've honored the memories of Mara Lipschutz, Mildred Klein, Jeffrey Berlin, Hollis Cohen, Donald Gordon, Michelle Fields, Joel David Kaplan, Sandy Goldstein, Charles Steinberg, Lily Zimmett, Robin Solis, Beryl Gottesman, Stephen Springer, Mordechai Glickman, Larry David Weiner, Evelyn Weiner, Rose Rosenfeld, Hannah Steinman, Sheila Tannenbaum, and Jerry Delson. For all of us who are keeping our loved ones in our eyes, our mind's eye, and in our hearts, we turn to page 124 and we rise. And those of us who are on Zoom, make sure that you are unmuted so that your group can hear you recite Kaddish. Page 124, we rise. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv imru amen. Yehe shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Veit hadar, veit ale, veit halal, shemeda kudasha, berichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'yimru, amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו amen. May each one of their memories be for a beautiful blessing to us all. So, without further ado, I'd like to invite our President, Diane Pivar, to the Bima to share a few announcements with us tonight.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And Shabbat Shalom out there in Zoom land and live stream. It's great to have so many different avenues for us to be able to worship, especially in these times. First of all, thank you, Cantor, for another beautiful service, and Yasher Koach to Evan and Sophia and Spencer for your part in our services tonight. The link is up for sign up for next week's services, so please make sure that if you want to attend in person, that you click on the link sometime during this week and get yourself registered for that. Also today, if you were checking your email, the first of many announcements regarding high holidays went out, so that you are aware that we will have 3 ways of participating in services these holidays. First of all, in person, and then on Zoom, which will be a little more interactive, and live stream. So 3 different ways to participate. If you are going to do in person, you will register, and please be aware it was embedded, it was almost like a secret code embedded in today's message. You can sign up for in person and for honors on the same sign up. So if you are interested in having an honor on a particular day of the holidays, please sign up for that at the same time. It is now the last couple of days to support Inclusion B'Kavod with our Bagel Scooper sale. That ends on Sunday. This is a phenomenal opportunity. If you have not signed up, or if you've signed up or ordered, go back and order more. Bagel Scooper, bagels, lox and cream cheese. I know it sounds yummy to me. I can't wait until delivery day. We also sign up is also open for Ohev-Teenies. This starts in October for our 0 to 3-year-olds and their favorite grown-up. So be sure to sign up for that as well, or let someone know who has a little one that might want to participate. It takes time to get your favorite adult to, drive you somewhere. So get that going. The last thing I want to mention to you tonight is about our food drive. It'll be a week-long holiday food drive. The information is in all of our constant contact communications. I did a little research today, and pre-pandemic, there were 57,000 people in Bucks County who had food insecurities. That means that not everyone in their family gets enough to eat every day. That's what food insecurities are. 57,000 before the pandemic, 32% of that were children. Things are much worse now. So I urge you all to be generous in gathering up food that we can donate as a community to our surrounding community and help them in their insecurities be happy and comfortable and well. Okay, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful Shabbat, a great week ahead. Be safe, be well. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Diane. I also wanted just to throw out a couple of announcements. I spoke about the jewels of Elul, little insights for each day of Elul as a way to prepare for the High Holy Days. And I also am going to be starting classes, and the next day or two you'll see an email about it. I will be doing 2 programs for Elul. One is Hi-Ho Tunes Workshop, which is to basically sing the melodies that we know, the old favorites, learn some of the new tunes that we'll be doing for our service. And if your bag is just to sit and listen, great. Come and enjoy, come and sing, come and be socially distanced. It'll be outside, on the outside awning, so we'll have a chance to be with each other, socially distanced responsibly, but also get ourselves in the musical groove of the hi-hos, as I like to call them. And the other one is the last Sunday of August, the day after Slichot, August 29th, I'll be doing a healing service. And that will be here in the sanctuary as well, in the afternoon at 4:30. So if either of those interests you, or if you have any questions about them, please reach out to me. Like I said, you'll be getting an email in about a day or two. But I hope that you will join me in preparing for the High Holy Days. So I'm thankful again so much for you all to be here tonight to celebrate Shabbat with me in person in the sanctuary. And tomorrow's services live will be at 9:30, and we will of course have, well actually, I can't remember. Are we doing it on Zoom as well? We are, yes we do, right, okay. So I will make sure to figure out how to make you guys connected to that as well, I definitely know that it'll be live streamed, so I hope that you all will join us. If you're not able to be in person, if you haven't signed up for that, make sure you join us on live stream. So we'll conclude our service tonight with Adon Olam, page 128. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yatzir nivra ve'ein nasa b'chefzo kol azai melech shemo nikra azai melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora ve'hu haya ve'hu והוא אחד ויין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה ולא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי בצור חבלי ביצרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום מקרא, מנת כוסי ביום מקרא, בידו הפקיד רוחי ואת תישן ויעירה ועם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא אירא, אדוני לי ולא אירא. Shabbat Shalom u'mevarach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom u'mevarach. It's Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please, if you would like to socialize, that I ask you to do it outside, not in the Grand Hall, not here in the sanctuary, but outdoors. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos, everyone. Good Shabbos, Mimi.